Here we are, and the corks must be popping in the arms industry boardrooms all over Europe. A plan rushed through behind closed doors, no public consultation, no public debate, presented as a fait accompli, just waiting for our rubber stamp. A unilateral declaration by an unelected commissioner that Europe is now a war economy. Not a war on poverty or homelessness or on climate change, but a diktat to the public of Europe that they have to accept another €1 billion being laundered from their pockets into the fat wallets of the global arms industry. The workers in those factories have to suck up the suspension of the Working Time Act, and if they don't, they'll be brandished as traitors or Kremlin agents. And if that wasn't bad enough, it won't be just our arms industries, because our friends in the US and Israel can dip into the pot, flog off bits to their European counterparts who'll do the final assembly, put a stamp and a premium on it, and it's champagne all round. And why wouldn't it be? At €3,000 to €4,000 per shell, and the workers of Europe are expected to pay for 1 million of them. It's absolutely outrageous. If you really cared about Ukraine, you'd be pushing for peace. But the EU hasn't lifted a finger to push for peace in Ukraine. In fact, it's done everything to escalate the conflict and prevent peace. Because for the EU, it's all about the war profiteers. And the catastrophe in Ukraine is nothing more than a global opportunity for your friends. It's an absolute disgrace. It's about time you started to work for peace.
The conflict in Ukraine is showing no signs of ending anytime soon. And we cannot see how everything is turning out. And even members of the European Parliament are now beginning to voice out their concerns. I'm happy, okay? I'm happy for it. But I just want to say one thing, right? I would wish, or I would hope, that this sign of concern be shown when things like this happens in Africa. Like if a country in Africa was going through what Ukraine is going through, people from all over the world, especially members of the European Parliament, would show some concern to the Africans or to the people who are affected by the conflict. Not saying that they shouldn't say anything about Ukraine. I'm just saying that they should be fair and everything should be done equally. Because if this were happening in Africa, I'm not convinced that it will get the same coverage like what is happening in Ukraine is getting. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. Because I can remember even when the whole conflict broke out, many countries in Europe were willing to take in Ukrainians who were fleeing from the conflict. But I cannot remember people willing to take in Africans. This whole conflict is now affecting a lot of people and a lot of things. Like she said in the video, many students who are Ukrainians cannot leave the country because there is a ban for them to leave the country. And these are people who study abroad, who are supposed to be studying, but now their education is on hold because they cannot leave the country. And this is what always happens when countries are in conflict. Conflict is never a good thing. And at the end of the day, no one wins a conflict. Everyone loses. Yeah. Everyone loses. So I hope that through this effort from this members of parliament, solutions could be brought to this issue, because I feel so sad for the people of Ukraine whose society or whose community have been totally destroyed by the ongoing fighting. I feel so sad for those people who have lost loved ones. I feel so angry that people are dying and politicians are talking. I feel so sad that we have come to this stage or this time where human lives mean nothing. It's so sad that the military industrial complex will rather do business and sell weapons than look into the sufferings of people. It's really, really sad. It's really sad. Human lives have no value. They have degraded the value of our lives. And right now, no matter how many of us die, no one really cares. No one really cares. This is something that has been going on in Africa for many, many years. We, the Africans, have lived through this kind of situation again and again and again. And there is an ongoing one in Sudan right now where two rival factions of the military are fighting each other for supremacy. And the locals have been caught in between. That is how our lives have turned out to be. People pick up arms against each other without thinking about the locals, without thinking about the young people, without thinking about the women and children. No one cares about those people. All they care about is to be able to hold on to power and to control people and to make money from people's sufferings. That is exactly what the military industrial complex is out for. As politicians are clamoring for power and control, the military industrial complex is making billions. And what about us? No one values us anymore. We don't have any value anymore. That is why our rights don't matter. No one cares. It's quite a pity. It's quite a pity. It's really, really a pity. Ukrainians are in pain. Ukrainians are suffering. Ukrainians are dying. But you guys out there, what do you think about this inspirational speech by this member of parliament? Isn't it clear to all of us right now that the only solution to this conflict is to sit and negotiate? Do you think that this conflict will ever be won on the battlefield? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because little bit of goodwill, like the one you're doing just now, help us a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.